Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sunaina, and I'm doing twin flame update with regards to the divine masculine connected to their fire sign, Leo, Sag, and Aries, guys. Um, the time period for me is the 1st of July to the 15th of July 2019. But then again, this is not time stamped. Whenever you're called to check into the messages, the video will be there for you. But for me, it's important because I need the energy. So I have to take the time frame here. Now, divine masculine. Now, again, before I start the reading, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but because of the energies might not be connecting with every divine masculine in this twin flame journey with regards to the fire energy. But again, whatever is resonating with you, please take that and run with it. But what it is not, don't force yourself into the reading, guys. Okay, now having said this, the energies are on my table in here. And I've got the major arcana, I've got your romance angel guide, and I've got the oracle in here with regards to this connection, in the twin flame connection of this divine masculine connected with their fire sign, guys. Okay, so they have, as a major arcana, they have transformation here, which is death in this card. So they are going through a major phase of transformation in their higher self with regards to this energy, in regards to this twin flame connection, in regards to you, divine feminine, and what they understand at this point in time is that things have to change. You know, the order that has been going on in this relationship, the kind of thing that had been floating around in your zone for a very long time, maybe, or for whatever amount of time, that needs to change. He needs to change. Situations need to change, you know, and the old has to be emptied out, finished off for the new to come back into this twin flame relationship. So this is how his perception is in regards to this journey with you, divine feminine, Leo, Sag, and Aries. And death card is again a Scorpio card. Okay, so you know it's a water energy for sure, but again, death is death. It's a major transformation, it's a major change. It's a major change in every kind of situation that he's probably holding in his zone at this point in time. So that is the overall energy for this group of divine masculines. And as a romance angel guidance, they are letting you know and letting him know that you guys need your friends to help you. So ask for and accept support from others. So it could be that, you know, you people have a mutual connection, there is mutual friendship, there is mutual friends in your zone. Who knows about this twin flame connection between you and the divine masculine? Or it could be his friends alone, people that he loves. He considers them to be his friends, confidant, you know, people who he can seek help and support, advice from. Because at this point in time, what I see is that the divine masculine is going through the changes that, you know, is for him alone. To deal with this kind of transformation is probably a little bit of a challenge. So in order to overcome that challenge, he needs the support of his friends, people who are there for him in this twin flame journey, or maybe it's you, divine feminine. You know, if he asks you for help, if he is considering to take your support, please do give him the support because he definitely needs this at this point in time with all the transformation energy. And the oracle card in here says the lady in this card is who she is that counts, okay? And she alone can say to what the others will amount to. So basically, it's you, Divine Feminine. I take this as your card in here with this major arcana and the romance angel. That's why I said that, you know, your word is the final word in this connection, ladies. So it could be that your twin is going to approach you in regards to asking you for help and support in order to manifest this transformation in the right way, because you know he believes, he takes your word, he knows that you are going to be there for him, he knows that whatever you're going to tell him will be perfectly sincere, honest, and your word is the final word that will count for him in this relationship, guys, because you, Divine Feminine, you are the person in his life who he not only respects, but he also takes you as somebody who has that sincerity, the honesty, you know, something like an empress, a person who is capable of giving birth to something when somebody is in trouble, of finding solutions to the problem, of, you know, not accepting defeat and going forward, moving forward, taking the challenge in the right way, giving help to people. And she has that aura in her that she can actually manifest. And her words are the last words that will count for him, for the Divine Masculine, when it concerns the problems or the areas of his trouble, or, you know, situations that he wants to end and begin with you in this twin flame connection. But it is for him, you alone. You are the friend, probably. You are the partner. You are the confidant. You are the guide. You are the philosopher. You know, you are everything. So I take it as you, Divine Feminine. But if it is not you, if it is somebody else in his life who is also a feminine energy, you know, and that person is somebody whom he can trust, whom he can relate with, and he takes her advice as the final advice to resolve any situation that he himself will not be able to kind of manage. Okay, so it could be either you, Divine Feminine, or it could be his sister, it could be another woman, it could be a colleague, it could be somebody who he probably can speak with, and that person could be his friend who can come forward to give him advice, and he or she is somebody upon whom he can believe and trust and places trust to take her words and act upon it. Okay, so that's the kind of energy from these three cards in here, guys. Now, having said this, the recent past energy for this Divine Masculine, Leo, Sag, and Aries, guys, is beyond illusion. Okay, now in this card, it says that in the recent past, you know, his illusion was not, it was something that he was getting it, but at the same time, he was not being able to absorb the entire fact of this journey. You know, so somewhere it was kind of an energy that he felt was beyond illusion, that it could not be true. It is not something that is true. It is just a false illusion. It is just an illusion for him. You know, it's something that people talk about. It's something that people, you know, say and they converse about this kind of a relationship. So he did not completely manifest that understanding of this journey of the twin flame connection, and he felt that it is something above and beyond his state of illusion that he could not really understand to grasp the entire situation of this twin flame connection, guys. So he was having problems, He was trying to understand, he was trying to get into that area of understanding what this connection is all about, all the spirituality part of the story, the 5D, the 3D, and stuff like that. He was trying to bring that within himself, trying to understand that from the depth of his heart, body, mind, soul, spirit. But again, it was something that he probably was way too much for him. Okay, let's put it like that. It was beyond illusion. He could not really understand what this entire journey was all about. So this was the recent past. Now, in the present, his state of his higher self, is nothingness. He's not thinking, it's a blank. It's a card that is completely blank. You can see this card, okay? It's like he has stopped thinking about it, about how he wants to go around the situation, how he wants to manifest the situation, how he can use his creativity to bring about change in the situation. It's again like a dead situation, It's again like a dead situation in his mind, in his body, in his heart, where he is not getting any sensation, any vibrations, any frequencies. He's not receiving anything because the recent past he tried to, but it was something that he could not grasp totally. And in the present, he's not being able to grasp anything, not even complete, not even a little bit, but nothing in totality. It's completely blank. Okay, so he's not getting any vibrations, he's not receiving any frequency from the universe, he's not understanding this entire story in the right possible way. And it's like he's closed it. It's like a death for him too. Okay, so in this place, this is where he needs the help and support of somebody of a feminine energy or a feminine energy here who can perhaps come and instill some understanding of this journey into his mind, body, and soul. So this is where that helping part of the story is walking into in his zone, guys. Because as far as he is concerned, he has got nothing. Nothing. He cannot understand, he cannot fathom, he cannot relate to the situation. He's not getting anything from the universe nor from the 3D as of this present time. In the immediate future, guys, he's got two cards. He's got a card of guilt and he's got a card of abundance, which is two polar contrary energies in here, okay? So, which is telling me that something, again, with the support of this feminine form, with the friends he has, with this emptiness, all of a sudden, in the immediate future, there is a kind of awakening in him. And this awakening is bringing him guilt and bringing him abundance too. Okay? So it is like he's all of a sudden, he has woken up to the fact that he has not understood this journey and he's feeling guilty about what he has been doing for this period in time, why he hasn't, walked into this in the better way, why he hadn't been able to communicate this. So all of a sudden, this feeling of guilt has walked into his zone, in the immediate future, where he is yelling, he is crying, he is in misery, he is in tears, because it's like the guilt has got hold of his self so hard that he is in pain. He is in pain because somewhere he wakes up all of a sudden. Okay, he wakes up. Now, this is another form of transformation in his life. So, from death, transformation, everything is kind of moving forward. So, all of a sudden, this transformation happens when he wakes up to understand the reality of the story, and that is creating this misery in him. But at the same time, he wants now to manifest that abundance in this twin flame connection, guys, because it's like, what I haven't been able to do and I'm suffering, I'm going to go forward and manifest that abundance. I'm going to bring back, all the colors in this twin flame connection, because I have all of a sudden realized that this is indeed a spiritual connection, and this connection cannot be ignored or cannot be pushed away. Okay, so it's upon me to manifest this beautiful connection, to bring back the abundance, the victory, the joy, the celebration that I had to do before, but I was kind of in coma. And not only in coma, I was like in denial. And it was beyond my understanding that this twin flame connection or this twin flame journey is a spiritual connection, is a spiritual journey. I was not able to understand. And that is the reason today, going forward in the immediate future, he is in too much of guilt for having given this relationship a shrug, for having kept it in the back burner, for not having moved in the right direction with you, Divine Feminine. But now in the immediate future, with all this transformation, he wakes up to bring back and realize that it's now time for him to manifest this abundance in this beautiful relationship, guys. Okay, now this transformation is definitely going to happen to him through a feminine form, whether it's like I said, a friend, a partner, a colleague. It could be you, Divine Feminine, his mother, his sister, his cousin, whoever that feminine energy is around him. That person is the one to hammer the right stuff into his mind, guys. Okay, so that feminine energy is very much a very dominant one in this connection. That person who is going to be the mediator to bring back this man into life. Okay, so that is the transformation in here. Now let's look at a clarifier for the beyond illusion that happened to him in the past. There you go. The Two of Wands. Now, again, like I said, he tried to understand, the Two of Wands. He tried to understand. He was looking for directions. He was trying to gather this journey, the essence of this journey into himself, to look for directions to move forward. But again, he probably could not understand this completely to choose his right direction. He was at a stalemate position. This is a twin flame card as well, guys, because he has the roses in here, which is the wand that can lead him to victory. And then he has this wand, which is a shorter wand, and that can lead him into trouble and misery, guys. Okay, so now the choice was on him to use his creation or creativity to understand this connection that has rolled down from the universe, that he had to look for the directions in order to move forward, and this is the recent past. But this is a very stagnant energy. This is a fire energy for sure, but it's a very stagnant energy of this person holding the globe in his hand and wondering, whether I should go, if I move, which direction do I move into? and how do I move into? It's beyond my power now. I don't have that power to move. And if I move, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. So he was in that position where he was stuck between the two wants, trying to figure out if it is possible for him to understand and manifest this connection. But it was beyond his illusion, his power. And that is the reason he kept standing in between the two wands in the recent past and was not able to move in the right direction, just kept wondering as to how I go from here and, take another step forward. How do I, if this is actually a true journey, or is this something that I'm just, kind of dreaming, or somebody is making me, or somebody's taking me for a ride, or I'm not getting the essence of this journey to understand if I'm going to be doing the right thing, because I'm not getting the picture right. It's beyond my understanding. It's beyond my illusion. It's beyond my power to create and manifest this wonderful journey, because I'm still, waiting to take that road, choose that road, and to walk into that road. But I'm still kind of in that stage where I'm looking here, I'm looking there. The world is in front of me. I know that my love is in front of me. I know that my divine feminine loves me. Everything is okay. But at this point in time, in the recent past, this is his position. It's a very little, I would say it's kind of a very, it's a place that a person needs to move, but is trying to gather his understanding, because he's not being able to get the picture right. Let's take a clarifier for the current energy of this blank state in here, guys. Okay, please give me a clarifier for the no-thingness, that he's not, again, the past is still there with him, and that's the reason he's not fully in touch with this journey as of today. Now, with this, he has got the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Five of Swords upright, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, guys. Okay, so the thing about this entire blank state is that he has got a lot of things to deal with, and this is where he is in a state of darkness, being in the dark, because he knows that he wants to be, he's alone. He knows he is alone, and for him to manifest this journey, he has to come clean. He has to start walking towards this offer, but at the same time, he has got this mental energy, where he has got his ambition, his ego, his pride that is coming in the way to build this relationship back, to start this new venture. Okay, so that's the reason, in the recent times, he's going through this kind of a very solitary kind of an environment, I would say, where he knows that if he has to duplicate this with you, or manifest this Nine of Pentacles with you, where he will have the luxury, the comfort, the reward, he will have to walk in a very clean direction, because now there is no wishy-washy kind of a situation with him. In order for him to take the responsibility, to be accountable for his actions, which is where his ego and pride is coming in the way with his ambition, where he doesn't want to bend his back and say sorry, or to tell you that he had made a mistake in the past, because he knows he has, guys. But his ego is the main factor here. It's a bit of obsession with him, that he cannot get rid of his ego to actually start this journey in the present times, because he knows that, he has to walk through this difficult energy in order to manifest this. But in order for him to walk through this ego, the pride, he will have to come down to a state of being defeated. And he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to have that lingering resentment of not having done the right thing. He doesn't want to bend down. He's in that fire energy of, it's not a fire energy, but he is the fire energy. So they have a lot of pride. They have a lot of ego in them, fire signs, and it's not that they can just casually say a sorry and walk away. It is beyond their imagination to come to a point where they feel that they are being defeated and they don't want to be defeated. So what has happened in here for the divine masculine here is he is not thinking about this. He has completely put an end to the situation in the present times because he doesn't want to be defeated. He knows his challenges. He knows the areas of his trouble, so he's kind of like pushing it under the carpet to not think about it at this point in time. Okay. Now, let's take a clarifier for the guilt and the abundance in here to see what is coming up as the transformation in here that's going on here. Please give me a clarifier for the guilt and abundance card in here. But something will move, guys, in the immediate future. From this nothing to all of a sudden into abundance is definitely a big time manifestation of whatever is happening in his world. Please give me a clarifier for the guilt and abundance in here. He will be going through a lot of guilt, guys. He will be. And that is probably what is changing this entire energy in here. And look again, it's the fire energy of the Page of Wands, where he is now wanting from nothing to wanting to move. Very initial stage of being the Page of Wands. That's because of the guilt and the abundance that he now wants to bring back, where he wants to be free to explore this relationship. He wants to enjoy his freedom. He wants to move towards you, Divine Feminine, and towards this connection, because somewhere there has been a very high, big time spiritual awakening with the Page of Wands in here, guys. Okay, so between this and this, there has been a major movement. And this movement is going to come to him through a feminine figure. Okay, that is where the story is going to start to roll again. Because from nothing to manifesting this is definitely something that is connecting. Let me see if I can take a connecting card if my spirit shows me. Please give me a connecting card between nothingness, guilt, and abundance. What is the connection in here? Oh yeah, there you go. The Hermit in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. So from this state to this state, this is what is going on, guys. That is where the spiritual awakening is happening, because he is realizing that he is not only alone, but he is also not well. He's not feeling all that great. He doesn't have that energy. He doesn't have that power without you. He's not feeling all that great. He has been in a solitary position, and he is holding on to certain things in his life that is not giving him fulfillment. So this is the awakening. This is the connection between this present and the immediate future. And that is where he has realized, or he is going to realize, that it is time for him to move forward in this journey. He cannot keep holding on to this kind of, he's got the Queen of Wands in here in the reverse, that he cannot keep holding on to this insecurity, to this jealousy, to this kind of, that ego, the pride, those things are killing him, because at the end of the day, he's being left in the dark without any friends, without any relationship, and that is not really helping him to heal, to rejuvenate, to keep his faith and hope intact. The star card in the reverse, guys, making him feel very unwell, not happy about anything in life. And that is where he is kind of in that position. And that is the transformation, that is the transition, guys. And this transition, because of his state, this transition is going to be moved by a feminine figure here, because somebody will come into his life who will realize that how unhappy this man is, sitting alone in a place where he is not only unwell, but he is absolutely in a lot of problem, trouble, and this guilt is killing him. And that is where he now wants to manifest the abundance by moving a little bit because of his spiritual awakening. The movement is going to start as the Page of Wands, guys. Okay. Now, how does he look at this mutual connection in this twin flame relationship? Is through his consciousness. That is what he is going to start manifesting in this period in time, where his consciousness from that nothingness is moving down to giving him back his consciousness to understand that it is time for him to move forward, because somewhere his consciousness is coming to life, guys. Okay, with regards to this twin flame connection. But again, because of these challenges, because of his ego, his pride, this is what is manifesting here. But as far as your relationship or, this twin flame relationship is concerned, he is opening up his consciousness, which in the past, in the recent past, he was unable to really understand or gather his consciousness in the right way about this journey. Let's take a clarifier for this consciousness card in here. Yeah, and see, and this is happening to him with the Hanged Man in here, where he is growing, his inspiration is growing. He's getting that spiritual wisdom that's coming through him from his patient self, his understanding that he is, he is in a place of a spiritual union. And that is something that he needs to respect. And that is happening to him right from the bottom, because the Hanged Man is all about spiritual wisdom that kind of wakens you up, that kind of moves you, that kind of jolts you. But it takes time. It doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen overnight. So with him too, this consciousness of this twin flame connection is developing into him. But very slowly, he's coming to terms, he's coming to the understanding that this spiritual union, this spiritual connection is definitely a different kind of a connection that he had earlier not been able to fathom. Okay, now how does you, Divine Feminine, how do you look upon him in this connection as of this time frame, guys? The way you look upon him is that this man is too controlling. Is too controlling of every situation. That's how you, Divine Feminine, you guys are looking at your Divine Masculine in this way, that again, because of this control issue, his pride, his ego, he cannot take a defeat, he cannot take a no for an answer. He has too much of control issues over situations in his life, maybe over your life, over this connection. So in totality, this is how you, Divine Feminine, you look upon your twin in this relationship at this moment as a man with too much of control issues. Let's take a clarifier for this control card in here, And that is what it is, guys. That is how. And this is the reason, because of his control issue, because that, Divine Feminine, this man is manifesting this control. in this relationship with you, within himself, and that is not letting him move. That is not letting him move towards this commitment, and that is where he's suffering because he's not being able to offer you this commitment as of now. Okay, that's because of his own pride, his own ego, his own, his own self esteem, confidence is so very high that he doesn't want to bend down, doesn't want to come down on his knees, doesn't want to surrender his own stuff, and because of that he's not being able to manifest this. Or it could be that he wants to manifest this in his own way, with his own control, with his own thoughts, with his own belief. That is what he wants to do in order for, to build this teamwork. He wants to call the shots. He wants to make the offer in his way, in the way he thinks it is right, in the way he wants to build this commitment. It's all about his control issue, It's like you don't have any word with him, or you don't have a word in this relationship. It's what he wants, how he wants it, when he wants it. That is when he will take the step to move, and that is the two options I've given you. So either or, take whatever resonates with you, ladies. But this is where and how you kind of see his energy, that, he's too tight with his understanding about this relationship, because this is not a personal journey. It's a journey of the twins. So he has to let go of that control in order to manifest that twin flame relationship. It's not about him falling in love. It's not about him building the relationship. It's not about him dictating the terms and conditions. It's the terms and conditions are being dictated to him from the universe. He will have to accept that in order to move forward in the right way. But you know it, Divine Feminine. You know that this man is not being able to do this, and that is what is kind of suffocating or strangling this relationship at this point in time, guys. Okay? Now, how does he look at you, Divine Feminine? The way he looks at you is ordinariness. Why am I saying this? Ordinariness. Okay, I'm getting stuck in this. Okay. All right. So what it is, and success. Okay. So what it is that he's looking at you as a person who on the surface could be a very ordinary person. A person who does not have any frills about her, who does not show off, who does not go around, talking about her or beating her own drum and saying how big or, how big and stuff that she is. But at the same time, she is a woman who is capable of manifesting the success in her life in the way that she wants to. When it comes to her courage, when it comes to her intuition, when it comes to her understanding, her strength, to build that success is in a place that he cannot actually compete with at this point in time. Although somewhere, she's from the bottom of her heart, or from the way she appears in front of people, she's a very ordinary, home-loving, a kind of a person, who does not, like I said, who does not show off, who does not make it evident to people around her that she has what she has. But in her own self, he knows in her own self, she has so much of strength that what she wants, she can manifest that success story in her own zone. So that is the way he kind of worships you guys, but he doesn't tell you, or he will not tell you, but he definitely does look at you as this kind of a person. It's more like an energy, of the Queen of Pentacles in here. If I put the two cards together, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very she's not only resilient, she's a motherly figure, she's a very matured woman in her common sense, with her practicality, with her wisdom, very home loving, motherly kind of a person. But when it comes to doing something in the business world or manifesting her success story with her money or with her abundance or with her job or with whatever that she touches upon, she can run with that because she has so much of strength in her, which nobody from the outside world can actually apprehend. Okay, so it's more like the Queen of Pentacles energy in here, that he is kind of looking at you from that point of view. Let's get a clarifier for this two cards in here, guys, okay, to see how it is. He he knows it. He knows it. There is no absolutely, yeah, see? And that is what it is about you guys. See? The bottom of the deck, the Empress. And, and he also knows that if anybody can bring back this love in his zone, it is you guys, the Divine Feminine with the Six of Cups in the reverse. If she wishes to, she's the only person who can actually manifest this beautiful love story in the way that she chooses, without doing anything wrong. Without doing anything wrong in the sense that, not hurting anybody or not troubling anybody, but using her own wisdom to bring back this love, because she is the person who can successfully manifest this beautiful love story. This is another twin flame card with the Six of Cups in here in the reverse, But at this point in time, guys, he knows that she is kind of not there with him. She's kind of leaving this relationship in the hands of the universe to see how things are going to turn around, and she's not taking any control over this situation at this point in time. But what she's trying to do is, in her own way, enjoy the abundance and success that she is building for herself in her own zone at this moment, guys, okay? Now, the challenge in here for the Divine Masculine is adventure. To move forward, to get into this adventure, that is his challenge, right? Okay, so it's like he can see the colors of the rainbow. He knows there is a lot of goodness that is coming to his zone, that is there waiting for him. But right now, he's getting scared because he's too young and naive to walk into this adventure, or so he feels, as a challenge, guys, that he is not prepared to take this adventure, to walk into it, and if he does, he might not survive because he has not matured, or he has not grown to that extent where he can handle this adventure all by himself or in this twin flame connection. So that is coming up in his challenge area. Let's take a clarifier for this challenge card in here to see what my spirit has to tell you. Please give me a clarifier for the adventure card. Yes, but at the same time, he wants to, but it's like he's in two state of mind. He doesn't know if he can go, if he can move forward, if he can take this energy. He thinks he's too young and naive because the challenge is his own fear, his own terror, his own dread, the fine line between the conscious and the subconscious of this adventure, whether he can walk the forces of civilization, the forces of nature that is present in this adventure, and he doesn't know if he can give and take this adventure in the right way. If he is able to give and take this adventure, if he can generously give to this adventure to move forward, or if we can generously be charitable to balance the scales of give and take in this adventure, in this journey. And that is where his fear, his terror, his dread his kind of emotions is not completed, because somewhere he is lacking that strength to move forward, because he feels that if he does move forward, it will be an equal give and take relationship, and that he is at this moment, that is kind of hurting his ego, maybe that's kind of troubling him, because he is a man, remember, who wants to be in control of every situation, who wants to take, who wants to give when he wants to give, who wants to take what he wants to take. But the equal give and take is what is his fear and his terror, that he knows he will have to do in case he chooses to hold your hand and walk into this adventure of the twin flame journey, guys. That is where his challenge is at this point in time. But look at this outcome here, guys. Celebration. It's the Three of Cups energy, guys. That's where the outcome is going towards, because of this immediate future, because of this transformation, because of this feminine figure, because of this growing consciousness of the hangman and his own conscious level, subconscious, conscious level. Everything that is happening is leading you guys towards the Three of Cups happiness, or towards this joy and celebration in this union here. Let's look at a card for this celebration here. Please give me a clarifier for the celebration. The Three of Cups. Yeah. And this is possible. The Two of Cups in the reverse, guys, in the bottom of the deck. So what it is he will be able to manifest this beautiful energy of the Three of Cups is only when he can kill this rivalry, this competition, this kind of argument, where both you guys are kind of in a state where you all are not being able to walk forward in this relationship, because I would say it's mainly because of him, guys, not because of you, Divine Feminine. And that is what he knows that he will have to get rid of in order for him to manifest that abundance, to clear that guilt situation, and to bring back his Two of Cups in reverse right now, but going forward to bring back the Two of Cups energy that's going to come back to him, and start moving the wheel of fortune in this twin flame connection towards the right direction, guys. Okay, so this is what it is at this point in time with the divine masculine in this fire energy, with regards to their understanding, because this is also a fire here with the Five of Wands. So this fire energy is something that is also coming out from his own rivalry issues, his own self-ego, pride that he will have to put down. He will have to completely finish off, give it a dead situation for him to walk forward with you and build back the Three of Cups, or the joy and that celebration in this twin flame union, guys. Okay, so this is what it is till the 15th of July 2019, and we'll keep checking the energies as we go along the way, but right now this is where the situation is. But going forward, definitely things are going to move quicker, I have a feeling, because he is coming out of that state with the help of a feminine figure, and that's what it is, and hoping that things are going to settle down ASAP for you, Divine Feminine. With this, I end my video. Goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, Namaste, and see you soon once again.